Good afternoon, America. This is Dr. Churi from the Arid Zone with another interesting video. Before anything, tomorrow, we are starting the SOS to the World Deadly Plutonic Window. Remember, this is the very, very special and probably the most obvious window you're going to get from me. So be ready. Whatever you say, whatever you do, will follow you for the rest of your life. The lucky one will end up with a serious wake-up calls. Others will die. So avoid large groups, okay? Be careful if you delegate with the police. Be respectful. Yes, officer, that's the way to deal with the police, okay? Don't challenge them because many cops will be killed. And a lot of cops will kill innocent, law-obedient people because of emotions. Remember, in the eternal battle between logic and emotions, emotion always wins and you will always lose. So, crazy people killing people, natural disaster, secret lights, news from Russia, famous people dying. This is what's next. So this is why you are joining this YouTube video. That's why you're following me and coming back so that you can be warned, okay? Now, if you were a VIP, you would be warned at the beginning of the month, not a week, 2 weeks, or at the latest part of the month. That is the beauty of all our precious, smart and curious VIP, okay? That's the beauty of becoming a VIP. So the title is Allergy Warning for Pfizer Biotech Vaccine from a Soul Doctor. Okay, well, there is a few other things to read for you before I actually write or talk about the virus. First of all, if you watch my video, my last video, as a concerned soul doctor, when I wrote, is Trump mentally unstable, okay, I shared a warning which I am sure is becoming more obvious each passing day. And I'm not the only one who silently agreed with me. All right, there goes Deborah. Debbie, she says, yes, Trump is mentally unstable, and I am not a doctor, and I can diagnose this. Okay, and my reply is simple. When the gift meets the spirit and agrees, it is wonderful. But if education is involved, like a doctor that is endorsing me, and believe me, thousands of them are my students and do, then it can only be classified as a miracle. So thank you, Deb, for being perceptive, being curious. And of course, to those of you out there who do not understand what I'm saying, it's a miracle for curiosity to survive education. That's what Einstein said. So be curious and pay attention. Now, there's other people who do not agree with me, especially Trump supporters, okay? And this lunatic, infected, reptilian, envious idiot, okay, let his emotions override the logic and says, Turi, I think you are mentally unstable. You know, when they forgot Dr. Churi, you already know that these people suffer a very serious inferiority and insecurity problem, okay? This complex cannot be fixed in some of those people. And my answer to them is always the same. Wise men speak because they have something to say, something valuable, okay? And fools because they have to say something stupid. That's what it comes down to it. And as you know, nobody can fix stupidity. So it's not exactly a good idea to delegate those subhumans. Okay, so meantime, none of the billions of dedicated scientists that are currently battling COVID-19 by making vaccine are cosmic conscious. They do not know nothing about the universe, nothing about the stars, or God, cosmic divinity, or Jesus' initial cosmic ministry. let alone then investigate and realize that divine astrology is far from being a pseudoscience. But if you mention to any of them the word of astrology, their predictable first reaction will be instantaneous. What? Astrology is a pseudoscience. That's what they would say, not realizing the incredible amount of supremely refined information they would get had they be a little bit more curious. But you know what? All scientists and all religious fanatics out there have been indoctrinated by their first teachers. So they're not to blame, you know. All right, so little do they know that millions of us, my good friend, do not need a vaccine to beat COVID-19. And it has nothing to do with those ridiculous conspiracy about whatever, very fruitful imagination put up out there. Or because they are taking a strong regimen of vitamin and supplement to boost their immune system. Okay, it has nothing to do with that. The fact is, taking those vitamin and supplement will produce a protective effect, if I can use that term, on your body, but it will never, ever in a million years be enough to beat or avoid catching the virus. Now, there are millions of other souls with or without pre-existing condition that will die, even if they erroneously believe they are safe because they were inoculated with a vaccine. My friend, there is much more going on in the world of a soul doctor or a white witch. And I've been delegating with quite a few fantastic white witch lately on Zoom. Pretty amazing ladies. The question remains, my friend, okay? Are you ready for my cosmic teachings? Are you curious enough or deserve that very high cosmic information? And if you do, will you be able to assimilate it? Now, how many of you out there would you like to know if you are prone to attract the disease and survive? Would you like to know much more about what science, the pharmaceutical corporation, okay, and your government will tell you about COVID-19? Do you want to know more than what they know? Because they don't know, obviously. Is your health, okay, or your life important enough to read from a wise soul doctor while understanding that both science and your doctors have only a part of the puzzle? Well, fact is, no one is stopping you, my friends, but your own self to get access to the Cosmic Code private website and read it all from me, because it ain't gonna be free. I ain't gonna spray my pearls of wisdom to a bunch of pigs who don't deserve it, who couldn't do nothing with it. So I'm gonna let those who are ready for me, those who vibrate at my cosmic speed, ask for them. And at the same time, show your rewards to my hard work. All right. Forces admit that getting people to trust coronavirus vaccine will be difficult, if at all possible. Of course, it'll be difficult because some people would rather contract the virus, okay, than to trust the pharmaceutical corporation, often very potent and very addictive product. So I can relate to that, definitely. But again, my friend, millions of humans will flock to get the vaccine and ask no questions, while others would rather be cut dead or risk dying from COVID-19 than to take their chances. A born Neptunian does not have enough critical thinking to realize religion kills and separates. And learning all about Jesus' initial cosmic ministry is out of the questions. That is for the religious fanatics. While dealing with divine astrology has all the answers, God has enslaved all his children to uncover Okay? Those pious, God-fearing, oblivious souls are religiously poisoned and under the mental control of the reptilians. Again, that is for the religious fanatics out there, responding to the agenda of the reptilians, who have created 875 different religion, or 875 different way to disagree with your neighbors or whomever, and then go to war. Okay. Wow. Now that is for the scientific community. Community is for infantile science. A Saturnian, rational, practical scientist, atheist, truly believe that they know better than God himself, those people will trust science only. Here are all the answers they are all so desperate looking for, my friend. It is all in divine astrology. I don't know if you did it yet, or if you did not yet, you're missing a hell of a lot, my good friend. Click on the link. It's live. Listen. I guarantee you that you will gain something by listening to that Divine Astrology show on Amazon Prime. And as always, give me some stars. So far, all I get is 5 stars, and I'm blown away that all the negative, infected, reptilian people didn't mess it up so far. It happened because, you can't fight negativity. They already sold their soul to the dark force, and they don't know nothing to what's going on. They cannot help themselves. So it is important to realize that the reptilians not only created this deadly virus, but those nefarious entities are also doing all in their power to make sure you ridicule UFOs and various groups of extraterrestrial agendas on planet Earth. Meantime, humans are desperate to connect with those extraterrestrials. And as much ignorance, lie, and deception is coming from politics and science, okay, the world of ufology is not spared. Much like conspiracy, more and more extravagant, nonsensical UFO stories are produced daily. Like this one that I just landed on, ex-Israeli space official, alien galactic federation, hiding until we are ready. Oh my God. When I tell you those who are supposed to be the experts are the least knowledgeable to the topic they are talking about, it doesn't stop at the experts. It stops at everybody who is, talking, writing, or whatever nowadays with the internet. Indeed, the reptilians are using technology to make sure information that I have don't get viral, but instead those stupid videos. The question really is, will humans be ready for the draconis, the gardeners of this world, knowing a good chunk of society already slave for the reptilians? But first, humanity has to realize that the future is nothing else than the reincarnation of the thought. And as the human race advances spiritually, our Space Brothers leaders will take some time to become a reality in our dense physical world to save it from us and from total destruction. But at the stage of evolution, don't look for extraterrestrial too far, my friend. Both are already affecting your very thought, positively or negatively, and it's all taking place in your mind. Once more, religiosities are not interested in human because of their education, their position, or accomplishment. And if President Trump or Pope Francis would be the last human being on planet Earth, okay, they would be the only people to talk to, okay? They are still, the draconis would not bother to communicate with them because both are infected. Both powerful men are not spiritually advanced enough, not dignified enough for them to get anything they're after. knowing the human political religious system were created by the reptilians to introduce and induce chaos, and knowing that both religion and politics stinks, separates, manipulates, it's all based upon lies and kill at the extreme, what would they learn or get benefit from by talking to what you perceive the top of the cream, the president, the scientist, or who is who in the world? Oh, my friends, you do have quite a lot to learn. You do have quite a lot to learn. I repeat myself. You know, there is a banner over there of a turtle. The turtle is on top of a post. And it says, anytime you see a turtle all the way up there, on top of a fence or a post, you know that it has some help. All right. And when I wrote President Trump for president, I also wrote 4 years ago, a brainless herd is not an easy target for dictators, but a dangerous rogue force seeking changes just for the sake of changes. This is what I wrote 4 or 5 years ago, knowing what was going to happen when President Trump would get to power. Those in power have been chosen, my friend. They've been elected before you cast your vote. Like the turtle perched on a post, what can they do for society to help us, knowing none of those politicians or none of the presidents in the world possess cosmic consciousness? And you want it is to delegate and talk to these people? In fact, these people have no business there. They do not know what to do. They do not have the cosmic wisdom needed to succeed. And at the end, idiots believe they put them there to better their life. Let me laugh. Their attraction to human has nothing to do with the rational or science. It is our light years ahead of humanity today. Okay? They're after certain human beings. Some are gifted, born with the right soul, like Jesus, or artificial insemination in terms of Virgin Mary, or abduction in terms of my case. And they're interested in those human beings who have gifts that they have lost, do not understand, and wonder about. Extraterrestrials are supremely advanced in matter of related to mathematics, engineering, technology, etc. And they would make the smartest scientist on planet Earth look like a lost moron, because like them, all these educated idiots, that's why I classify them as educated idiots, they have lost the spirit, they have lost the cosmic code of jurisdiction and the very essence of God itself. Talk about helping them to understand God's cosmic design, to raise their station, their psychical vibration to a higher level, so the power that we all have been inherited can bring our space brother a reality. So the question is, they're not waiting, they're not waiting for us to be ready. In some ways they are, but in some other way, are we going to be able to get ready with the reptilians constantly taking your consciousness away? God and the bad entities, including the draconis, the good and the bad, put it this way, they've been with us in our mental process, stimulating our very thought from the very beginning. But the human race, my friend, is not ready to conceive or accept this mind-boggling phenomenon just yet. In fact, nowadays, humanity is much under the jurisdiction of the nefarious reptilians, while the benevolent draconis are endlessly fighting the force of evil from both the human psyche and the heavens above. You have my movie from Amazon, Alien Contactee. Over 200 people have left me their feedback. 75 to 80% are positive. All the rest are the envious, jealous idiots who are not advanced enough spiritually to conceive the incredible as part of the human experiences. They don't believe in anything. Their UCI is too rational. They're young souls. Can't blame a kid for being stupid, for making mistakes, for not knowing better than a 71-year-old. So, watch that movie. Watch both of my movies. There is another one coming up in time, but both of those movies will open your mind to things that you can barely realize is accepted as a reality. Should be accepted as a reality. All right, now remember, the draconists, the positive guys, the messengers of the gods, and of course, the gardeners of this world, if I may use that words, okay, they stimulate the mind of our great scientists to produce great technology, like SpaceX gets almost 900 millions to beam internet to rural America. This is the good use of technology. This is how you're supposed to go and check the planet and Mars, because you're never going to go on Mars, ever. Humanity will never pass the orbit of the moon. If you believe anything else, you are in trouble. Okay, now again, as far as our great scientists being stimulated by the good guys, self-driving robot taxis are taking off in China. Okay, the technology is not yet refined, but it's probably safer than a drunk or a high, smoking pot, driving you around to go and visit your family. Make sense? Technology applied for good. The same technology that is used to fix your eyes, your ear, your heart, and God knows what. The beauty and the marvel of science that I admire so much. But the reptilians are there too. And they stimulate the mind of our great scientists to produce deadly technology. France has get ethical go-ahead for bionic soldier. The link is live if you want to learn more about how the scientists are going to make soldier more precise in killing people in mass. Well, just go ahead. No chance to the enemy. What else do we have? US military spending millions to make cyborgs a reality. But cyborgs are going to be used for what? For the army, for the navy, for the evil. Those kids are being trained 24/7 all over the world to learn how to kill. Wow, all I want is to make my school, to teach how to love, to teach your children their relationship with the divine and with God, and to realize it's not a joke, it's real. Again, the reptilians stimulate the mind of humans to divert them from attention so that their agenda can be accomplished. And they command you to waste your attention. Is the Utah monolith this year viral art omen? I have one right here, monolith. Again, the negative reptilians group of extraterrestrials is making sure to stimulate the creativity, the mind of those they manipulate psychically to maintain the viral news about the monolith. While the truth about their agenda exposed here remain in the dark. You will never find a worthwhile or real educational video on UFOs getting viral, my friends. Okay? Unless you decide to be part of my mission and share my own cosmic wisdom, of course, because what you get in Dr. Cherry's here is real. Let's talk about Shaq Yaga. Okay, they say that white Shaq Yaga was cooler than we'll ever be. That's wrong, just to be generalist like that. Shaq was born in February 13, 1923, like me, in February. Okay, he is in the jurisdiction of the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius was what? The sky, the stars, technology, flying, aeronautic, shocking news, electricity, the genius of humanity, astrology, the new age. That's Aquarius. And you wonder why this guy, set by God himself, spent all his life flying. Hello, can't make this up. How his mother taking him to me when he was a child? Let's say it was possible, okay, because he's much older than me. I would have said to this mother, wow, You have a genius here. You have somebody that is meant to delegate with the stars, with the infinity of space. You have a pilot here, a pilot of the mind, a pilot of the spirit, or the pilot in the physical world. He's going to be eccentric. He's going to be special. He's going to be futuristic. He will love technology. Put him in the Army and the Navy. He's a pilot. That's what I would have said to his mother, because the stars don't lie. On top of that, he was born with the moon in Capricorn. Capricorn was the politics, the government, the structure, the army, the navy. So I said, working for the government will be part of his emotion and his drive. Moon in Capricorn, the government. Why work for a small company? Why not work for the government? They pay for everything. And then he was born also with a Virgo dragon's tail. Tremendous attention paid to detail, which makes those Virgo phenomenal in matter involving technology. You know, in order to fly this plane and to do whatever Shaq did, you better have a serious attention to detail and an aptitude with technology. It's all written in light via the stars. The sad reality is there is millions of people out there born under very specific stars, not tapping on the power that God has given them. They get depressed, they're in the wrong job, they're not happy, they don't know what to do, they don't understand the specific universal rules that apply to their lives. They have no clue at all. They are robots of the stars and they're manipulated by the reptilians, which finally lead them to commit suicide because they get so depressed. They can't regenerate. You know, I get an opportunity very soon maybe to do a phenomenal podcast all over the world. I'm waiting. This is in the works. And this is what I want to do. Talk to you, guide you, get your date of birth and read you and help you. For now, ain't going to happen because we're still in the process of screening those who deserve to get those information by showing their support. Remember, I told you, I made a specific quatrain for Trump. Okay, and in 2015, or 5 years ago, I told you that in December, a cosmic God may grace humanity. I wrote those quatrains, read them, digest them, see them with an open mind. No, and don't perceive me as an egocentric because I know better. If I know better, it's because I'm as old as your dad, or maybe older than your dad, like your grandfather. If you're 30, 40, 50, to me, you're a kid. You can go match in your head. That's how it works. And you think, and you say the same when you get to my age. Got a long way to go. I'm still alive. God thanks the Draconis kept me alive for that long, helping me to beat cancer. Like the salmon have been dying mysteriously on the West Coast for years. And scientists think a chemical in tire may be responsible. No, it is not a chemical in tire that's killing the wildlife. The tail of the dragon in Sagittarius. The tail of the dragon of your president, Sagittarius. That makes him so damn unlucky with the law, with the educational system, with your kids not being able to go to college and university, because when you elect a president, you have to suffer his stars. Sagittarius was also anything and everything to do with foreigners and foreign affairs. We've been cursed by this president because he's not cosmic conscious and he's going completely the wrong way. But as I said 5 years ago, in September 2020, God may spare the world. Hello? Can't make it up. It's there. Dated, printed, published, well documented, because Dr. Chu is real. You want all these answers? Do you want to know exactly why you could get COVID-19 and die, or why it doesn't matter if you're in the middle of the street with a bunch of infected people, you're never going to get it? Do you want to know all that? You want to know what's really going on as far as the salmon dying on the California coastline? Do you want to know more about what you could have a bargain for? Show your support. I'm here for you. Okay, I will finish by reminding you once again, tomorrow we start this SOS to the World Deadly Window, which is the red carpet for the reptilians. Be careful. A lot of you won't make it. Crazy people are going to kill people. Of course, I'm not going to go and eat the FBI again and prepare them for terrorist attacks because I don't want them to knock at my door. 4 FBI agents is enough, as far as I'm concerned. I'm not doing this anymore. Okay, but I can warn you. Okay, careful what you say. Careful what you do. If you're a cop, my God, it's the time to reach those cops and tell them to be more careful than ever because a lot of them won't make it. And it's a shocking wake-up call coming to many of you. Well, let's finish by doing this. Like always, I do not know what it is. I don't pick up cards. There is no game. It's real with Dr. Cherry. So I'm picking a card which is going to depict the energy that we are talking about in the world, right here, right now, with this upcoming window. The Hermit, you're in a cave. You're in a cave. COVID-19 put you in a cave. You're in a cave because of your president's stars. You don't know better. And once you know better, then the ET will talk to us. But you have to raise to that level where they want to communicate with us and help us to grow faster. You're in a cave. But you see the cave? The cave is loaded with information that are buried in your subconscious. Okay? That's why you need to watch my movie on divine astrology, on UFOs. That's why you want to put your hand on my book, Beyond the Secrets, and learn all about the superconscious in time and space. Because again, as I told you so many times, my friends, you are a little bit more than blood, flesh, and bone. You're a human being loaded with extraordinary power, with immortality. But you're not using it because nobody taught you, because the reptilians have indoctrinated much of you either with religion or with science. And that's why you're knocking at my door to learn the truth. All right, my good friend, one more time, thank you very much. Be cautious out there. Wash your hand. Wear your mask. Keep your distance. And don't do anything stupid because you might not make it. This is the dance of the reptilians for the next 3 or 4 days. And I'll be there to refresh your memory. That's why it's important to go back to that newsletter, because I'm going to add the quatrain, the keywords, and all my vision that will take place. And that means, of course, always, as always, earthquake at or 6.0 above. Bye-bye.